Aloha, I'm geologist Philip Ong, sharing a Kīlauea video brief. In this report, Intrusion quiets volcano. Following the previous week of frequent earthquakes and 2 intrusion pulses beneath Kīlauea's south caldera, the past week has seen the volcano transition to a phase of relatively quiet ground adjustments. The first pulse of intrusion, between August 23rd and 25th, was dominated by a 478 earthquake swarm, after which the activity had waned to only 13 events within the next 36 hours. The second pulse began with another 167 earthquakes at a peak rate of 24 per hour, similar to the 28 per hour during the first pulse, but diminishing much more quickly. In the ensuing days, the lessened seismicity expanded down the southwest rift zone up to 8 kilometers or 5 miles away from the summit, suggesting growth of the underground magma body. Initial USGS modeling based on recent INSAR suggests a similarly broad area of uplift of up to 18 centimeters or 7 inches, with the GPS station above the zone of seismicity on the eastern margin showing the ground rising roughly 10 centimeters or 4 inches during the week-long event. A localized ground tilt marked the onset of the second pulse ahead of the earthquakes on the evening of August 26th, and continued until the afternoon of August 30th, when it slowed or ceased. GPS readings show both sides of the summit caldera were forced north by the intrusion, with larger movement closer by in the south, resulting in a net contraction of the cross-caldera distance. Since then, monitors suggest continued, albeit slower, ground movement around the south caldera intrusion, but enough to still produce deviations in the changing distance across the caldera from the longer-term trend. The latest USGS Hawaiian Volcano Observatory weekly update summarized that, quote, earthquake rates and ground deformation in this area have remained near pre-intrusion levels, end quote, with no other significant changes. A relatively sparse 75 small magnitude earthquakes were recorded in the area during the past week, down significantly from 732 the previous week. Further, seismicity has remained low elsewhere around the summit, including the Upper East Rift or East Rift Connector, suggesting relief from the magmatic pressure that had been building for several months right up to the latest intrusion, still visible in the earthquake plots for the past month. Despite all this action south of the 2020 eruption site at Halemaumau, the shallower magmatic system that fed it seems remarkably unaffected, at least thus far. While commensurate tilt changes at Uekahuna were reported early on by the USGS and might be correlated to the signals at Sand Hill, their magnitude is minuscule in comparison, and exhibit a smaller range of change than other background processes registering earlier in the month, with no significant change since then. Gas measurements and ambient readings remain in a low background range, despite a slight rise to 115 tons per day on September 2nd. An anomalous ambient gas reading on September 1st at station HRPKE near Pu'uko'a'e on the southwest rift has been confirmed as station maintenance. According to the USGS, quote, currently there are no indications of the Halemaumau vent resuming eruption, end quote. In summary, after building up and relieving pressure, all underground, the volcano shows less signs of stress for now, while still adjusting. As for what comes next, we return to the usual wait and see, having tracked this latest cycle from the buildup following the end of the summit eruption in May to its peak with the intrusion at the end of August, and now into a quiet September. That's the update. To support our productions, please like, share, and subscribe. Mahalo.